Let's kick this thing off. People keep coming in. Kelly, let me give you permission to let some folks in here. Well, gang, good morning. It's our Monday morning Rev Share interview, and we're so fortunate and blessed. There's so many rock stars that we're able to learn from and follow. And obviously, I think everybody here knows who this rock star is, Tina Caul. And a bunch of us were down in Miami, and we saw you on stage a couple different times. And all of us, or a lot of us, are taking your training you did on funnels through all your social media channels and beginning to implement that. So thank you so much for sharing. That's pretty awesome, Tina.
You are so welcome.
Give her a quick little bio, you guys. So Tina Caul is a powerhouse entrepreneur, coach, and speaker, helping high-performing agents scale their businesses without burnout. As a founder of Caul Group, she built one of the top 25 real estate teams in the U.S., Real Trends and Tom Ferry 2024, closing up to 800 homes a year. With 25 years in the business, Tina's no BS approach to leverage, leadership, and sales teaches agents how to escape the grind, build real wealth, and create businesses that run without them. She's a TEDx speaker who conquered her biggest fear, public speaking, proving that growth is always possible. When she's not coaching, she's traveling, golfing, speaking Greek, and dreaming about retiring on a farm someday. Well, I'm sure you could retire now if you wanted to, but you just love probably pressing on and helping bless agents all over the place. So thank you so much for being here. We sincerely appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Yeah, why don't we start this way, Tina? Anything else you'd like to share about your background? Anything you'd want us to know, your family and so forth, maybe how you got into real estate, that kind of thing?
Sure. I mean, well, first of all, thank you for having me join you guys. And if you hear any loud noises in the background, I'm renovating my house. So I literally have people walking in and out. I think we have 6 trades here today. So you might hear a hammer, a drill, or something. So please excuse the noise.
All good.
But yeah, I mean, I've been in the real estate industry for 25 years. I started when I was 23. I'm 47. And real estate found me. And it's just been such a joy because I was sort of one of those lost puppies out of college and didn't know what I wanted to do. And I met my husband at 16 and we bought our first house at 19. And then our realtor is the one that brought me into the business, Jill Bomarito. She said, you know, you've been really diligent and resourceful looking for a house. I think you'd be great at real estate. And I was like, no, I'm not a salesperson. And she recruited me into the business, paid for my license. And I just thank her every day because if she didn't believe in me or see something, I could have, I don't know, worked as a waitress, which I did for many years, and a nanny. So anyway, real estate found me. And I think it was the first time I fell in love with the process of just being able to help people through emotional times. I love houses. I love to decorate. So it all just stuck. And here I am 25 years later, living my dream life that I had on my vision board. I'm like, my vision board, I'm living in it. I'm living in it.
Oh, yeah. That is awesome. So tell us, how were you first approached about EXP and maybe what were the main reasons you decided to join?
So I was first approached by several agents in the community and I didn't even give them an opportunity because at that time, 6 years ago, it felt like a discount brokerage. That's what I looked at it as. I had moved to North Carolina. I joined RE/MAX. I was with RE/MAX for 9 years. And then I just got recruited for 18 months. I was at Keller Williams. So I had just made a change. So I thought I was at the be all end all company that was going to change my life. I read the Red Book. I knew how to, the vision about leverage and building a team. The person that eventually, got me to listen was my friend, Michelle Sayward, who many of you probably know. Mm-hmm. And we went to family reunion, which was KW's family reunion. And she came with me there and I was going to recruit her to KW. Well, about 2 months later, she called me and said, I'm going to a little company called EXP. There's 15,000 agents. I want you to join me. And I was like, no, Michelle, hell no. Like, I'm not. She's like, please watch this video that Brent Gove had or whatever. I said, I'm not watching your dumb video. I'm not coming to EXP. And so she chased me for several weeks. And finally she caught me at a moment. She's like, damn it, Tina Caul, you're so stubborn. She said, I feel like I invited Jesus Christ to dinner and you won't even come meet him. That's how important this video is. And I was like, okay, if it's a Jesus Christ, fine. I guess I would meet him. So I'll watch your dumb video. So I watched the video at 10 o'clock at night, and it was Brent's explain video, which was very rah-rah. But then she sent me a video right after, which was Rob Flick's video about the board, that he created and the wealth chart and all that. And I was like, okay, that one got me immediately. And I woke my husband up. I go, hey, I think you should watch this video tomorrow. It was like 10:45 at night or whatever, 11 o'clock. He's like, we're not moving companies. So for 2 weeks, I tried to get my husband to watch the video. He said no. And I finally was like, damn it, you've got to watch this. I said, but whatever decision you make after you watch this video, I will go with your decision, because he was like, I'm not moving. We just moved. And so he was really mad at me because he said, when we move, you don't do any of it. We do. We're stuck with the move and the process. So he watched the video, and the next morning we were brushing our teeth. I said, so, because thinking he would go, yes, we're going. He's like, I watched it. I don't think we should go. And I said, well, we're still going. And here we are. So, and now he's so happy that I overrode that decision.
I bet he is. So when it comes to attraction, obviously an attraction call here, are there mistakes you made early on that maybe others could learn from?
Yeah, I mean, I think the first thing was, all we had was what Gene Frederick and Brent were, pitching at the time, which again, our company wasn't around. Nobody had done it. And so they said, watch the video, watch it with them, and then ask them, what they think. And I think a lot of times looking back, we all know the person that watches the video and is like, yeah, I'm in, where do we go? That's me. There's very rarely people like us that just go, we're coming. So think of it as the disc. You've got the high D, the high I, the high S, the high C. You've got personality styles. You've got different strengths and weaknesses in a human. Everyone's going to look at, if I show you this and I'm like, what is this? You're going to, whatever. Everyone's going to have a different idea. Or if I say, hey, could Andy, Kelly, Leanne, what's your definition of love? Every single one of you is going to have a different definition of love, even though it should be uniform what the definition of love is in the dictionary, but we all have a different ideal. So what I understood in the beginning is I only did it one way and it only got me certain results. And now that I understand that people move in different ways, I also deliver EXP to different people in different ways. So therefore it works better. So in the beginning, I tried it Brent's way a couple times. It didn't feel good to me. And I was like, nope, not doing it. And so then I decided to make it a brokerage recruiting opportunity, meaning I opened up my brokerage, my office, every week on Fridays from 11 to 12. And I invited area agents to my office and I taught them. And I came from contribution. That was the way that I knew how to validate following me. Not the model, follow me. I will teach you. I will help you. And I remember Gene saying, Tina, that doesn't scale. Like you can't always be the teacher. You can't always be the leader because it won't scale. And I was like, it's the way I know how to do it. And I did that for 3 years. Every Friday, I never missed. There was no food. It was, what are you struggling with? Let's all mastermind and let's fix it. And for 3 years, I think it was great. We built about 400 people locally by doing it that way. So that's why I created Grow Local, Grow Fast, because you own a brokerage and you are competing with local brokers and you have to be the beacon of hope and bring people in and teach them. And when their broker fails them, they end up picking up the phone saying, okay, I'm ready. I'm coming now. So I did it that way. But then I met GoGo. We all know GoGo. And GoGo, I went on a trip with her and she's like, you got to get on social media. Like you are not on social media. You are not doing social media right. Get your stuff on there. You're a cute lady. Like get yourself out there. I was like, okay, fine. I hated social media, but I started to do social media. I started to train. I started to put myself out there. In the beginning, it was more like, here's me in a cute dress. And you got a lot of likes, it wasn't very strategic, but I was putting myself out there. And so started to do that. And then the genius part that I didn't know was genius till looking back, every week when I had those Fridays, I recorded every single one. And what happened was I put them on a YouTube channel. And that YouTube channel now, 5 years later, 6 years later, has grown to 33,000 followers on the YouTube channel. So it's interesting to see, from just recording those sessions to me basically putting them on YouTube and people following them and watching them. That really changed how people were finding me. So I had the YouTube channel going, the weekly office visits on Fridays, and putting myself out there on social media, which was very uncomfortable. So I think it's just that. It's just consistency compounded over time. And that was really the way that I changed, my trajectory for the business.
So thank you for sharing all that. So today, we'll take it up to today's current attraction, right? Everybody seems to be a little bit different than we were 4 or 5 years ago. Do you have any kind of a system or playbook that when your agents are in your group right now that they can talk?
Oh, say that again.
Yeah, I hear background noise. Kind of a system or playbook that kind of makes duplication easier. What is it that your agents plug into when they join your group if they want to attract?
So the team advance. So I want to share. I was going to share my screen. That's why.
Hold on here.
Let me share. I want to show you guys how crappy the actual videos were. This is one of the trainings, and you'll see it has 135,000 views 5 years ago. This is me training in my office, and I'm going to show you. This is the start of the video. This is not, I am not a YouTuber. I don't say, click the link, press the button below. Today, we're going to be talking about, this is literally me in mid-sentence in training.
The listing presentation. I'm not going to do the listing presentation. We'll talk about it as we go through it. We have the listing presentation recorded in several places. So if somebody wants the listing,
so that's it.
Take a few of these nuggets.
That's it. So, and I've got back and forth. I've got my team there.
Seller, and I'm just going to roll through these.
I'm role playing. I'm helping. This is an hour and 13-minute video, but look at how grainy it is. It's grainy. It's crappy. I don't have a great backdrop. Like everything a YouTuber would tell you to not do, I've done in the video, but it was good content. And so that's why I would say to you guys with the idea of like, just start. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just do something and do it for a long time. But what happened was after I did that, I was with Dan and Kyle Whistle. And so what happened was I went to them and I said, hey, we have honey badgers and we have fast forward movement, but fast forward movement wasn't doing anything. It literally, they were not getting on weekly. There was nothing. And so we decided to pool our efforts together because I would say to them, guys, I'm getting 100 people on Zoom every Friday. I'm getting like 25, 30 agents in my office every Friday. I have 130 eyeballs. Like imagine if we all got together. And so then we started to do a mastermind. They started to do it in their office and we started to group together. Now when people onboard, we have a Monday mastermind that 400 agents get on every Monday. We have a spreadsheet and we say, what issue are you dealing with? And then we all jump in and handle it. So it's truly that same concept of like mastermind. But what's nice is the agents get that opportunity to grow their business where great minds come together to meet. And when they join our company, they are looking to sell more homes. They don't care about recruiting until they care about recruiting. And I tell everybody when they get their first check, I just had an agent on my team. She goes, I got a check for $400. I said, I know, isn't that cool? She goes, I used to think recruiting was icky. How do I do this better? Like until they like see the magic behind the scenes, because she just recruited an agent to Caul group. Like she's just like, hey, come to my team. I love my team. But I said, imagine Bree, if you did this and you invited people to EXP and you invited people to our team, like in 5 years, you're going to have, let's say 10,000 a month, 5,000 a month. It's so life-changing for them. But until they get the aha moment after they get here, most people come here. I would say 90% of my calls are coaching calls. I want to build a team. I want to sell more homes. I need to get better at my scripts. Here's my dream. I want to make this much money. It's never about recruiting because they're not even confident in their own business. How would they feel confident enough to attract somebody to the business? They don't feel like coaches and trainers when they come here. So they don't believe that they can coach and train and lead people to the model. Some very like confident people do, but most don't until they realize that we're going to support them. We're going to help them. We're going to bring people there. So they have to have that aha moment where they want revenue share.
Agree. Totally agree. So here you are today. running your big team, still handling all this with the production, doing rev share. What does a week look like for you, like daily, when it comes to attraction? How much time is this? 5 days a week, an hour or so, 3 hours? What's that look like?
The days differ. Right now, my week looks like a lot of meetings. I mean, it's meeting after meeting, but mainly, I would say call group takes, 30 hours of my time, and 10 hours a week are dedicated to the EXP downline, which is, calls for recruiting, a lot of co-sponsorship calls. That's been fun. So we get a lot of that. And then my 1 hour a week fast forward movement. And that's it. It's 10 hours a week is dedicated to, now we're at 1,650 people, I think, which is amazing. Once a month, we have a call like this where we have my leaders, and I'll show you guys, I'll have to pull it up, but I'll show you how I break down my leaders so you can see how I get my organization. I always love to pick everyone's brain. How do you organize your organization? So let's see, let me pull this up. Tina's access leaders. So yeah, it's basically, I'm still working. I'm still working, but I enjoy work. I think a lot of people don't enjoy it. And I know a lot of the downline leaders sail off into the sunset. That's just not me. I'm not there yet. I'm 47, so I'm not 65. So I could see, in my 60s, I probably wouldn't be doing any of this, but I'm still kind of bored. So this is how and I need to update this, but Brent told me you need 3 legs to the stool. You need 3 family trees, that, 3 organizations in your organization that are going to run. So when you look at my organization, and these numbers are bigger now, but Sharon is my biggest builder at 450. And she's got Marty Hamptons and Amy Weenans under there, really good Remax line. And then I've got Misty Lyons. She came KW. So she's the K. So Misty built this in 24 months, 250 people. She got one guy that came with her, Eric, and boom, it exploded. Eric and Blair. And then Ashley is my agent on my team, a partner of mine. She still sells 40 homes a year and she has 180 people under her. And then I have my top 3 builder groups under 100. But how I do it is Sharon is purple. She has, I'm sorry, not purple. Sharon is green. She's the only one that has 3 builder lines, meaning Marty is 200 of her 450. And these are Marty's builders. Then April is 188 of her 450, and she has 3 builder lines. And then Linda is, I think she's closer to 50 or 60 now, and she's got two legs. So then I go to Misty. Misty has 1 builder line. She's got Eric, 178 people of her 220. Eric has Blair, which is 161 of his 178, but Blair is the real builder. Blair has 2 builder lines, Dave Neal and Tyrell. And then this is how I break down Dave Neal. He's got Felicia and Callie and Kalisha. So what I'm looking at here is who are the people I'm pouring into under everyone's lines. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah. And when you say pouring into them, so do you have a once a week, have an hour meeting with them, or what?
No, I have a group text with everyone. And I want to know who the builders are. Even if you have 5 or more, you're a builder. You're bringing people here consistent, that's 5, unless you come over with a team of 5, because I have team leaders that don't really have a lot. They don't do a lot. They're just not great recruiters. I mean, they're just not, they're just focused on their team. They're in the weeds, but I want to break it down each one because Ashley has 180 now, let's say, but she's got Anna who has 120, but Anna has Allison who's at 90 now. So the real builder here is Allison Greco. That's the builder. So you want to figure out and dig down and tap root and say, where are the builders that are actually igniting Ashley? Because Ashley's actually not recruiting. She is not a great recruiter right now. She just got lucky and got Anna. We got Anna. Anna has the fortitude to really go out, and she found Allison. Allison's the one that's really lighting the fire under there. So I want to pour
one of these, Tina, each one of, could they be on different levels, or are these on your level 1?
My level 1s are right here. So my level 1s are Misty, Ashley, and Sharon. So I'm looking at my level 1s and then I'm tap rooting and seeing where do my level 1s have. I want my level 1s to have 3 legs to their stool. Because my level 1, so if I have 3 legs, which I do now, I finally have 3, and actually I could add, I got to update this, but I wanted 3 legs. I have 3 legs. So of my builders in my front line, I want them to have 3 legs. So and then of their builders, I want them to have 3 family lines.
Got it.
Does that make sense?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Obviously you were doing well before RevShare. But
Yeah.
I'm totally curious, you and your husband now, you're obviously making a lot of money in RevShare.
Yeah.
Has that changed just I don't know, your long-term thinking, retirement, just things that you guys have changed because, oh my gosh, we got all this passive income coming in. Has that changed the way you look at things moving forward?
Yeah. I mean, I think, we were more, interested now in like, okay, where do we put this money? How do we shelter some of this money? How do we invest this money? We bought our dream home finally, and we're like long term. We got all the things we wanted in our home, so that's been fun. We want to pay off, certain, rental properties or whatever. Again, we're just sort of strategic planning because we don't need for anything, but we want to still make sure we don't take what got us here off the table. And what got us here is the work. And RevShare is work. It's still work. There is no like fly off into the sunset plan, because if you don't pour into your people and you don't really, I mean, you're here today pouring into your people. Like, you've got to be involved. And I think when people see their leader like sail off into the sunset, they're like, I think there becomes a little bit of something there, like they deserve it. Yes. And I think like when you look at Brent, he's still in the weeds, but he's having a lot of fun. Like they deserve it, but there's still a place where you've got to always show the pack how you're still prospecting, how you're still moving forward. Because once the leader stops and then everyone gets RevShare and everyone stops, there's no more like excitement around it. So you got to kind of stay out front and still work, unless you're at an age where you don't. So I'm at an age where I don't, and I choose not to.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So the deal. We've got all different level of revenue share earners on here. Some with 0, some have a couple hundred different. What would you say to someone today? I guess, what do you say if you have an agent that comes on, maybe you personally brought on, if they want to build RevShare, do you give them a kind of a roadmap to go by, say, here's kind of what we're doing today? Or do you check with them, what do they want to do? Or how do you kind of start someone off that wants to do RevShare?
Yeah, I think it's a matter of being real with yourself and saying, okay, what kind of influence do I have? What kind of skills, passions do I have? Because God gave us all a gift. I don't care who you are. Everyone has something they're really good at that they want to lead with. And I would say lead with that thing. And then figure out who's around you that you can group together, because you've got people with different skills. And, if you want to go farther, go with others. And I'm big on my leaders. You guys are leaders. I'm not going to lead the pack. I'm not going to always do the calls. You guys got to lead too, because if they always wait on me, then I'm not building leaders. I'm building followers. And so they can't wait on me. And that's where I think sometimes, like I've told Gogo before, she's the hardest working give back leader I've ever seen, because she is training every week for 6 years. She doesn't even depend on FFM, fast forward movement. And I said, Gogo, it is time to depend on others. It is time to pass the baton. Like, your team's not going to fall apart when you're not there, because if they do, they're not truly leading. They're just following you. And so I think that's where I say to them, what are you guys going to do to contribute? Like, they have their weekly calls, like Anna Powell, who you saw there. Every week on Wednesday, she's got Empower Live at 8:00. Sharon leads her team meetings, with her downline. So like, everyone's got to contribute and be the leader. And so I think tap into what you're good at. What do you want to lead? Get out of your own way, because you can't wait till you know it all. Like, you'll never know it all. And then just start and then see who wants community. And this is all about community building. People get stressed. Life is hard. Real estate's hard, RevShare's hard, everything's hard. So there's going to be days where you show up and you're 90%. And that day that you're 90%, someone else is at 5%, and they need that 90%. And there's going to be days where you're at 5% and someone else is at 25, and you're like, all right, I know you're not at 90, but I need your 25 today. And that person's willing to share. So like, every day of the week, you're at different levels. But that's where you need the community around you to say, hey, when I'm really down, I need you to lift me up too, because we all have bad days. I have bad weeks where I'm like, F this, F that. Oh my God, I don't like any of this that's going on. And then I put myself in check and go, look around, like life's not that hard, So you really need to like put things in perspective and just start with yourself and take those baby steps. Start with a weekly mastermind. Even if you're brand new, there's no excuse, because there are other brand new agents out there that would love to just come and commiserate and talk about things and lead. That's it. You got to build a community. That's all that RevShare is a community.
Yeah, it's good. Well, guys, she's only got about another 9 minutes. She's got to jump here in just a few, so I don't want to take the entire time up. So open it up to you guys. Some questions you'd like to ask Miss Tina. Any questions at all?
Tina, I would ask, you said you have a text chain going on with your generals.
Yeah.
What does that look like? What kind of value are you providing, or what kind of community are you providing?
Yeah, so I've got it right here on my phone, and I've got different things I find out about EXP. Different, hey, luxury's doing this. Hey, did you see that we're releasing this? Hey, did you guys get all your people into fast cap? So I believe that my job is to be at the forefront of knowledge for the business, and I am blessed with the opportunity. So I have to carve out time to learn about EXP, to know what's going on, and to be in the know. And then when I'm in the know, all I'm doing is cascading that down, because there are going to be leaders in the group that are still in production, that are still in the weeds. If I'm not in the weeds and I'm lucky enough to have all this leverage, then part of the time that I spend is learning, integrating myself into EXP, and then sharing what I learned. Because we assume that everyone knows it, and they don't. They don't, especially some of the leaders. They just don't. They're oblivious. And you're like, come on, you guys, like you got to be cascading this down. So I just make sure everyone's singing from the same song sheet, and that we are cascading the messages down. So like Brent, has anyone ever got a text from Brent? Hey, be on this call for New Year's. Go call your leaders. It's exactly what Brent does. He demonstrates that. He's getting people corralled. He's sending the messages, and he's making sure everyone's in the know.
I got an interesting question. Just, I find myself doing it because I know how much has changed my life, RevShare. And I know there's people on here who've been coming to these things for a little while and haven't really dug in and done it consistently. Mm-hmm. Knowing what you now know about the whole real estate industry has changed because of EXP, right? We have now set it up where you have the ability to retire. What would you say, even if it was a 1 or 2 minute, just motivational, cast vision, whatever, about the person who's still coming here and knowing that if they don't do RevShare, they're probably don't really have a way to retire? There's certain people like that, right? What might you say to that person?
So I'll say this. I think that you may not be a great recruiter right now in your mind, because that is only in your mind. You may not have the guts to go and talk to people about EXP, but there is somebody out there that if you just did have the guts, like me, like Michelle had the guts to stay on me. If she didn't, my life wouldn't be changed. I became a great recruiter. She didn't know that, but I changed her life the minute I joined her world. She has 2,100 people, 1,650 are because of our family tree. So when you don't do this, you risk stealing the opportunity from somebody who could change your life and their own. And I would say, please do not steal the opportunity, because your weakness in your mind thinking you're bothering someone. And so I would just say that that's how you would approach people. Look, I don't want to steal this life-changing opportunity. It may not be for you. We may not become the best recruiters from this, but someone that we know, Sarah, if we partner up, we could change that person's life and they could change our lives. We just don't know. Like, I know there's probably 10 or 15 people out there in the world right now that I haven't met, that I'm going to share this opportunity with them one day, and they're going to change and bless my life so much because of the fact that I wasn't afraid. and I wasn't weak. And so don't think about you as like, I'm not good at this. Well, somebody else may be better than you at it, and they may be so excited that you shared it, and they may change your life by just that, and you're going to bless them. And so I'm thankful for Michelle every day. I'm like, thank you for not giving up on me, because I would have missed it. And how many lives have I blessed? So it's this giving tree of blessing people. And I would also change the recruiting. Recruiting is leadership. It's a leadership role. So yes, some people are not ready for leadership, but recruiting is community building. And I think that if you don't feel like you're great at it, find someone who, like, literally look for people and say, hey, I'm not great at community building. This is how you recruit. Hey, Kelly, you're an agent in my market. I'd love to meet you for lunch. Hey, I'm at this company and I see all these people around me and they're so good at community building. And I've seen the Facebook group that you built, and I've seen the communities you've built, and you're freaking good at this. And I'm not. But I would love to sit down and show you, like, I'm really good at operations. I'm really good at A, B, C, and D. And I think if we partnered up, I really have a vision that we could build something amazing together. And I really think it would change your life. Like, no skin in the game. Like, whether you say yes or no, I mean, I'm here already and I love it. But I think it would bless you and it would change your life, and we could change so many others. And just own it. Just be like, I'm a terrible recruiter. In fact, if you take away the sales pressure, it's sort of like if a seller says to me, why should I pick you as my agent? And I always say, I don't know if you should pick me. I don't know what your problems are yet. Let's see what your issues are. And then maybe I'll be a great fit. And what have I done? I've literally taken away the sales pressure. Like, I don't know if BXP is for you. I say that to everyone. In fact, I don't think, Chuck, you should actually join EXP until the day that you wake up and go, I see how this platform could fix my problems. Until that moment, Chuck, please do not join this firm. That's my pickup line. Like, that's how I'm recruiting people. I'm pushing them away. And I find that most of the time what we do is we try to push them to come here. And instead you want to push them away. Because when somebody tells you, no, you can't have that, you go, why not? I want it. How do you know I don't want it? I don't know if you don't want it. So I think that's the key, is like, take away the sales pressure and just be honest with people. Like, I'm a terrible recruiter. I actually am a terrible recruiter because I recruit 1 to 2 people a month. At KW, you have to recruit a net 15 or you're fired. I would get fired at every Keller Williams office, but yet I'm one of the top, 3 or 4 recruiters at the company from FLQA and Frontline. But I think that's it. It's like being real and raw. I also say too to people, you may not be ready for that leadership role. That's okay. And when you say to someone, you're not ready for a leadership role, they're like, what are you talking about? Well, recruiting is leadership, because you have to recruit to your business. You have to recruit buyers and sellers. You have to recruit agents to your team. You always have to be recruiting, and recruiting is a leadership role.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think that's why a lot of us don't do it, because we don't believe in ourselves. Right? But then be honest with people. Say, I don't believe I'm a great recruiter, but I know you would be. You have influenced me to reach out to you. Look what you've built. My God, you could bless other people like you that have that same ability. And so I think you could monetize that. I always say that to people too. I don't think you're monetizing enough of your value.
Yeah, it's a good word. Yeah. Edify them, congratulate them, stroke their ego, and then not sure if it's for you or not, though. Take it away.
I mean, but here's what I see, and here's what I'm bad at, and then they're like, oh, she's not trying to recruit me because she's saying she's a terrible recruiter. But I'm trying to recruit them.
I need to help that poor lady, Miss Tina.
Yeah.
All right. As I know we're at 9:35. I know you said you had 35 minutes. Any last thing you'd like to share just as we sign off, heading into the holidays, for all these folks who hopefully will make 2026 their best year ever? What would you leave them with?
Yeah, I would leave them with the compound effect of I heard this, I forget some guru I heard this, but he said, if you smoked a cigarette and all of a sudden you looked in the mirror that day and you were 85 years old, you would never smoke a cigarette. You would quit. You'd be like, oh my God. Or if you didn't pick up the phone and prospect, you knew you'd be fired if you didn't pick up the phone and prospect tomorrow. Like all of you would be kicked out of EXP. If Glenn Sanford said, if you guys don't call and recruit an agent today, I'm kicking you guys out of EXP. Do you know what would happen to the people on this call? They would become the most amazing recruiters ever. But the problem is we don't appreciate the compound effect of the little movements, and because we don't see the result. And I think so many people want to see the result right away, or they just don't do it and they're not willing to get into the pain. So I would say just do something simply every single day. And in 5 years, you're going to wake up and go, oh my God, look what I built. And mine was, I needed to talk to 1 or 2 agents a day, even if it was through social media. And just 1 to 2 agents a day is a compound effect. And you will eventually see that grow. So don't miss that opportunity to do the hard things. Maybe you do them once or twice, but if you just keep doing them, eventually you're going to wake up and go, wow, that was worth it.
That was awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you. We sincerely appreciate you coming, pouring into us. A lot of great nuggets. Awesome. Really, really was. Would you like me to send the recording when I get it back over to you?
Sure. That'd be great. Okay. That'd be great.
Well,
thank
wonderful.
you all. Have an amazing Thanksgiving. And you're all, like I said, you're all special. You all have a gift. Don't compare what other people's gifts are. We're not go-go, and you're not me, and I'm not you. Thank God, right? We have such great gifts. Figure out and believe in that gift, and then just go out and share it. Like literally, that is the plan.
Thank you, Tina.
You're welcome, guys.
Thank you very, very much. Everybody, have an incredible Thanksgiving. If I don't talk to you, some of you. Other than that,
bye, guys.
Thank you guys so much.
Thanks
Appreciate it.
See ya.